for stopping by, checking out my YouTube channel, checking out my YouTube page. Those who are new to my channel, my name is Rick, also known as Rick's 2 Cents. Those who are not new to my channel, you've probably been wondering, where the hell have I been? All right? Got some messages. People ask me, yo, did you get COVID? Hey, are you all right? What's going on? You know, I was probably posting like 3-4 videos a week, and I haven't posted a video in about a year. Posted 2 videos just random not too long ago, but not really any good content, just something out there, because people were sending me so many messages asking what the hell happened to me. So if you're watching this video, you're probably watching this video because you want to learn about DTF. So I'm calling this series of videos DTF 101. So I started early on in DTF about 19 months ago, and I've had a lot of problems that I worked through, you know, from sourcing ink, sourcing powder, sourcing film, sourcing printers, sourcing supplies, stateside, overseas, direct manufacturers, distributors, getting ripped off, robbed, paying for printers that never showed up, purchasing printers that were just a piece of crap, purchasing ink that was crappy, film that was crappy, suppliers are not consistent, you name it. Motherboards blowing up, print heads going bad. I mean, it has been a long process. So if you're wanting to learn about DTF, this is probably where you want to be, because although I haven't posted a video in quite some time, I've been documenting all along the way, and I'm definitely going to have a ton of content. I'm going to try to put out a video every single day, not sure my phone. But you know what's funny is that YouTube kind of reminds me of the gym, right? You first go to the gym, you're a fat ass, and you're trying to, you don't have any workout for you. You just look at the guy next to you like, yo, hey, can you give me a spot? And looks at you like, yeah, okay, dude, nah. You know, you're mentioning you'd be 115 pounds, and you know, 9 months, a year later, you're putting up 250, 315, and that same guy would give you the time of day all of a sudden. He's like, yo, you need a spotter? That's kind of how I feel like YouTube is. You know, like I comment on someone's YouTube page, and they may not even respond at all. And, you know, 500,000 views later, 5,000 subscribers later, I make a comment, and I get a phone call. You know, so that's cool. But, you know, I'm also not being a dick or arrogant or, you know, trying to hurt people or bash people or, you know, think my shit doesn't stink, basically. You know, so Stan Banks, I know you're kind of old school, brother. You know, you like to do a face-to-face. You know, I don't want you to think I brushed you off, but, you know, with my son, you know, being young and, you know, not vaccinated, kind of was really limiting the people who are close to me and with COVID. Different times, and I know, I sure you understand, you know, you're a family man as well. Big Brando, you know, hey, maybe I'll send you one of my prints, tell you what you think, you know, good, bad, or the otherwise, you know. And Richard, yeah, let's hook up, man. Let's do some things. You know, I have a lot of things, content I'll be putting out. But okay, now that I got that out of the way, you're watching this video because you want to learn about DTF. So, man, it's just, I think because I started so early on, there was just like so many different things I had to roll out, and so many different things that I had to go through by myself because there was no real support. And the manufacturers, their products weren't consistent, or their product just sucked. And I didn't have anyone to tell me like, yeah, you know, I've tried this or I've tried that. So I just had to try it myself. So that sucks, you know. You know, you buy $800 something worth of ink, you know, you run it through your printer, and then you're like, this sucks. And you can fire them all you want. You're not getting your money back. So you just throw $800 worth of ink in the trash and you start all over again. You know, and the same thing with the powder, same thing with the film, same thing with all your suppliers, you know. And then, you know, it's like, you know, you put certain white ink in your printer and it ruins your print head. And now you got to buy a new print head. And then you go buy a print head from somebody and it's an aftermarket, it's not OEM. I mean, the list of problems just goes on and on and on with DTF. You know, you blow up your motherboard because some water gets when you're doing your print head. You know, so although I have not been on YouTube, my trials, my heartaches, my sorrows, my pains, my tears have been recorded, documented. So I'm definitely going to be uploading a ton of videos, a ton of content. So if you're new to DTF and you just, you know, you have questions, concerns, problems, anything, you know, post in the comments below. And, you know, if I hadn't already thought to add this to the series, maybe I will. But it's just been a real learning curve, you know, and also getting robbed just flat out. You know, I paid for a printer that never showed up. You know, I bought another printer, just a piece of crap. You know, I bought another printer, got the bait and switch. They told me they'd send me one thing, sent me another. It's just been a wild ride, an expensive ride, a very expensive ride. So hopefully by my videos, I'm able to save you some heartache. And there's just a lot of questions that you may have, and it's too many questions to put in one video. But if you kind of like want to know, like, what am I going to cover? First off, two different type of things that you want to think about when DTF. Are you getting in a DTF because you want to sell prints? Are you getting in a DTF because you want to sell your own shirts? And that's the first question you should ask yourself. And the reason is because if you're selling your own shirts, you don't have to start out this huge commercial grade printer, because you're not going to push out the volume. If you're going to sell prints, at $2 a print, brother, you need to print a ton of prints. So you need to be able to push out volume. So you're going to need a much faster, bigger printer to be able to recoup your money. So that's the first question you should be asking yourself. Why are you doing it? I personally don't sell prints. I make shirts, but I don't sell prints. Would I give a print to someone who's like in my little inner circle because their machine's down? Of course. But at this point in time, I don't intend on sending prints. Could that change? Of course. I get a different printer and the volumes at that point, and that's different. But that's just a different animal in itself. So that's just something you need to ask yourself. That should be your first question. You're saying, DTF, am I selling prints? Am I selling shirts? And that's going to dictate the direction you're going completely, right? Second thing should be, what RIP software am I going to be using? What RIP software should you be using really depends on what printer you decide you're going to be using, which one is most compatible, So I'm going to go into a lot of different RIP softwares. I've tried 3 different RIP softwares, from AccuRIP 9, 10 to $1,100 RIP software. Yeah. So, and then different printers, and then on your printer itself, maintenance, how to break it down. What should be your daily maintenance? What should be your weekly maintenance? What should be your monthly maintenance? Things you should do, how to maintain that printer so that it's always working well. Also, some things people don't talk about is the environment, your environment, literally. Like, you're saying, oh, I've been printing all this time and it's been fine. Yeah, well, winter just hit. So now you turned your heat on. So your humidity levels change in your house. Your humidity levels change in your shop or wherever you're working. So the environment, what's temperature in the room, what's the humidity in the room, those things we're going to go over too. How to test it, what am I using to accurately test it? How am I maintaining it? How am I raising humidity? All those questions, and these are things that you need to know, because I see all these posts now that people are having all these problems. They're like, oh my God, also, where should you buy your ink? So, should you buy it from overseas? Should you buy it from stateside? Who's selling good ink? Who's selling bad ink? How do I know if my ink's expired? I see so many people right now posting all these things like they're beating their head against the wall, like they've done something wrong, and they didn't do anything wrong at all. They actually had bought expired ink. So I'm going to go over that too. What's the stretchability that you should be getting? Show wash tests, like how should it be lasting? What it should it look like? So that that's not normal. Because you think, well, DTF sucks. Look at it. No, your supplies suck. That's why it looks that way. So these are just things I'm going to go through. Walk you through that. The RIP software settings. Just everything that I've went through in the last 19 months. Replacing motherboards, reviving a print head. So you don't have the money right now. So 2 things I would say that when you buy a printer. Once you bought a printer, the first thing you should do is buy a second set of dampers. That's a set of empty ink cartridges. Well, actually 2. You're saying, why should I do that? Well, because what's going to happen is you finally get up and running. Everything's running perfecto. And one day blue doesn't work. Or black doesn't work. Or white doesn't work. And it's because it's clogged. The screen's clogged. And if you could jump online and you go buy it from one of these suppliers online, that you'll get it right away, you're going to pay like some decent cash. But if you actually, as soon as you bought the printer that same day, you went online to Alibaba or eBay and bought it from someone overseas, you'd pay a 16th of the price. Take your 2 weeks to get it. Who cares? You don't need it. The point is now you spent, $20 instead of $100. Big difference. So if you bought a printer, the first day you have that printer, you should be buying some extra ink cartridges. First thing. But yeah, so thank you for joining me in this journey. Like I said, it's going to be a long one, and if there's content that you think I'm missing, content I need to cover, please comment in the comments and let me know. And I'm always willing to help, and I'm back. And Stan Banks, holla at your brother, Big Brando. It's good looking out, man. And Richard from Brand Empires, what's going on, brother? So, but yeah. So it's been a while, and thanks for watching my intro to say I'm back, intro to DTF, and I don't want to ramble anymore. So yeah, just be ready. Thanks for watching. God bless. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.